A chip pan more than half full of oil or fat will bubble over when you add the chips and then catch fire. If this happens to you, first turn off the heat. Second, run a tea towel under a tap and wring it out till it's damp. Then place it over the flames. Finally, leave the pan alone until it's completely cooled down. Of course, if you don't overfill your chip pan, you won't have to do any of this. Fire. If you don't let it start, you won't have to stop it.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to tonight's watch party for the 1999 classic, The Sixth Sense. God, that makes me feel really old. The fact that's it's 20, nearly 26 years ago. I know. Anyway, as always, I'm Andrew, and I'm joined by Dom. Welcome, Dom.
Hi, yeah, that's an existential crisis I never thought I'd have during a watch party. Yeah, I'm old now.
Yeah, exactly, Dad.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly, right. I'm going to do the sync point, right. So the sync point is about 9 seconds in where it says Hollywood Pictures needs to be the Sphinx on screen. Right, let's do a roll call and we'll get into this. So, over on the chat, I can see we're joined by Immortal Rimus, Hell If I Know, Sharon, James Hellier, Ms. Swift, Lizardman, let's see who else we've got, Calbot, Immortal Rimus, and there we go. We'll see who else joins us in a little bit. So, Dom, when did you first see this film?
When I first saw this film, I'm fairly certain when it came out. I got a bootleg copy.
You would have been about 7, wouldn't you?
I'd have been 8. Well, actually, depends on what month. But yeah, I would have been like 8, 9, 7, 8-ish. But yeah, I got a bootleg copy. I got a bootleg VHS because I didn't sneak into the cinema to see it. So I saw it in its best possible format, with people standing up and randomly walking across and seeing their silhouettes. And I remember thinking, this film can't be watched more than once. Because I was so used to watching films again and again and again, thanks to VHS tapes. And because the twist, I'm sure everyone knows the twist by now.
No, Dom, there's actually some people may not have seen it.
I know, that's why I'm not saying what it is.
But it's introduced us to the concept of a twist with M. Night Shyamalan.
It was my first M. Night Shyamalan film.
I think on most people it was.
It's my favourite M. Night Shyamalan film, which isn't a high bar set.
No, unfortunately, it really was all downhill from here, wasn't it?
Yeah, I have the non-controversial opinion that I don't really like him as a filmmaker. I don't know how he keeps getting to make movies, but...
Because everyone goes, Sixth Sense was good. Sixth Sense was good.
I know, when he did Split, I think I liked it. Until, like, it was a secret backdoor pilot for the Unbreakable franchise. Yeah. And I was like, oh no.
Well, let's do the countdown and get into this. Here we go. So where's my countdown timer gone? Movie countdown. There we go. Okay, there we go, the Hollywood Pictures logo. I saw this when it first came out in the cinema in 1999 with some friends, and I was on a date at the time. And what makes me feel really old thinking about it is the cinema I went to see it in was just opened and all the area was still being built. It was all, like the complex was only just opened. Next year, they're tearing it down.
Well, that hurts, doesn't it?
Yes.
I have a similar vibe with the cinema that I went to go see Star Wars Episode 1 in. That changed hands like 6 or 7 times now. So it used to be it was Virgin Cinema when I went to go see Star Wars, and I think it was around then when they had like all these toy sections in as well. And that's where I was introduced to The Thing, because I saw toys of The Thing and the poster of it, and God, I desperately wanted to have more The Thing in my life. So thank you, Virgin Cinemas. Gone but not
Well,
forgotten.
the chat are discussing this film amongst themselves and the films of M. Night Shyamalan. And James is saying, "How dare you? The Happening is the greatest film to feature a showdown with a plant."
What? No.
Yep. If you missed the sync point, it was where the Hollywood Pictures logo was. But if you go there, Dom, help me out.
Up. Yep. Did that.
There. That's the current timestamp of where we are.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Cool. So, I think the benefit for me with this film was this was one of the. It was 99, but life was very busy for me at the time, and I went into this film not knowing anything about it.
That's the best way to go into this film.
Yeah. Yeah.
Unfortunately, the credits here, it's dull visually to watch. However, it's kind of emblematic of passing and death. So I can maybe I'm reading too much into it, but I'm so used to credits that have a flair to them. Like recently, I've been watching a lot of movies that have striking visuals. So
Yeah.
it's genuinely, I haven't seen this since I first watched it on VHS.
Well, let's see how you feel about it now.
Yeah, I've been told by many folks that a second viewing is good, and
Yes. You pick
that's
up
kind
on
of the
lots of
opposite.
things. I've not seen this probably in at least 10 years.
Oh yes, I believe good friend Halifino asked me a while back, how are them Ravens doing? They're doing good right now. They're doing good.
Here we're seeing so common in American houses, a basement, a creepy basement.
A wine cellar, is this?
It's a basement with some shelves.
It's reminded me of my grandmother's wine cellar. I'm sure I've told the story
Yeah.
many a times of that terrifying wine cellar that I had to go to, plunge the depths of that decrepit dungeon.
I'm going to say this
It's
now.
stone walls,
I'm going to
isn't
say
it?
this now. I think wine is overrated. I don't like wine. People go, this is delicious. This tastes of apricots and unicorn scrotum. No, I
Yeah.
don't want it.
You got to pair it with the right cheese and a good chocolate.
No wine for me.
Yeah, I'm not a wine connoisseur. I could not imagine Bruce Willis as a wine connoisseur either.
No. Very dapper outfit he's wearing.
Oh yeah.
That must be a very cold house.
Absolutely.
They're in front of an open fire.
Purely lit by oh, yeah, you can't. Yeah.
James is saying, I'd like wine if it was on the McDonald's menu. No.
Is he gurgling the wine?
It's probably some wine snob thing.
Maybe, yeah. You air out the wine in the glass itself by blowing bubbles into it. Malcolm Crowe. What a sinister name.
Yeah, Sharon, that's true. It's a shame what's happened to Bruce Willis these days. He was quite an entertaining movie star. It's a shame that, unfortunately, fortunately and unfortunately, it's tragic he's had his downfall, but at least there is now an explanation for his behaviour in recent years that really has not been his fault.
Yeah, absolutely.
He can't be held responsible for that, so that's kind of good. His legacy should show that he wasn't a complete dick, and it was medical things impacting his behaviour. Yeah,
his legacy is one of the best action stars and movie stars of 80s and 90s.
Yeah. In fact,
So
he's in
many
another watch
roles.
party we've got coming up, Dom, that we just discussed.
Yes, yes, he is. Oh my goodness, I totally forgot. I was like, wait a minute, which movie? It just came to me.
That's right. He's in another watch party we've got.
And that is my favorite role.
No wine.
I didn't
No,
realize
it's
you were
not
this
12
against
Monkeys,
it.
James.
I
I think my problem with red wine is it tastes like you're biting on grape seeds.
Fair.
No, it's not Friends, Johnny Devick, welcome. No, it's not Die Hard, Sharon. No, it's not Bruno the Kid, hell if I know. And sadly, it's
That's
not
right.
The
It's
Kid.
Hudson Hawkley.
Sadly, it's not The Kid, which is a great film. And it's not Death Becomes Her.
God, I remember Hudson Hawk was my introduction to his music career. Even though I watched Moonlighting like a lot, I didn't really know he had a music career.
James has got it.
James has got it. The Fifth Element. Everyone bring your multi-pass for that one.
Why is there a naked member of New Kids on the Block in my bathroom?
Weekly occurrence.
Okay.
Locust Street as well.
I'd say he's hanging tough in that bathroom. Yeah, Sharon's saying there's a half-naked boy band singer in my bathroom. Quick, get a microphone.
Have you ever been accosted by someone from your past that you don't remember, Andrew? And they know you?
Yes and no. The other week, actually this week just gone, I bumped into a guy I worked with about 10 years ago in a supermarket. We had a good chat for 10 minutes catching up, and he said, okay, speak to you soon, Stephen.
My interactions tend to be like this. They're like, how could you not remember me, Dom? And I'm like, I don't know who you are, but... I mean, if you turn up in...
No, I didn't work. Well, I did work in
bathrooms-
James. Did I work with guys? I did work with the guys in the supermarket when I was in college. Yeah, I had a part-time job. So no, this is a guy who worked at another company, and we just happened to be in the same supermarket last week shopping.
I actually agree with Lezaban here. I think Bruce Willis could probably take this guy. Like, it's...
Yeah.
But, having said that, it's scary. And if you're not a physical
Yeah.
and aggressive person, which therapists don't tend to be, child therapists as well don't tend to be like physically intimidating individuals by their profession. They shouldn't be. So I can ooh, what happened to his back? Where'd he pull that from?
Get on the sink.
Oh, did he?
We need to get you off the expensive hipster bedding.
It's going to cost an absolute fortune in dry cleaning.
This is Egyptian cotton.
Do you know the thread count of this? I kind of want to live here. This is beautiful. Where is this? Oh, okay.
Philadelphia.
South Philadelphia. Never mind.
Johnny Devick saying, how could this cost 40 million? There's almost no special effects, and it feels small in scale. Well, film stock, crew, lighting. Exactly, Lizard Man. We're only a stop over from where Will Smith was born and raised, in a playground where he spent most of his days. So, this week, when I was out with my wife, I went into a Starbucks and I was wearing this shirt, actually. It's a Thundercats shirt.
Thundercats. Oh.
And I've never felt so old in my life. The girl behind the counter says, as I walk in, "Oh my God, Thundercats! My dad loves that."
I take it this lass wasn't a little girl.
Oh, no. She was in her 20s. I know.
Oh, that's rough.
I've never felt that old in my life.
To be fair, I'm seeing some of the budget in the location, like shoots here. Shooting on
Really
locations.
nice. It is nicely shot and lit and everything.
Yeah. Who was a cinematographer for this again? The name flashed up and it looked familiar, but...
Tak Fujimoto. Ferris Bueller's Day Off would be a famous one of his.
Okay.
No, not that Gladiator, another Gladiator. Philadelphia.
Oh, yeah.
That Thing You Do. Signs, oh dear.
People
Happening.
like Signs. I don't... Oh.
James is saying if only the Wrath Khan had signified Kirk's aging by putting him in a Thundercats t-shirt. Lizard Man, I think you're a bit mixed up there, my friend. You're saying anytime you see Osmond in a movie, you feel awful about how his life turned out. Worse when you see him in Jingle All the Way. That's not Haley Joel Osment. That's a different kid. The kid who played Anakin.
Anakin Skywalker, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, God.
Jingle All the Way is fantastic, though. It's my favourite Christmas film. Thank you,
Jake
Cal.
Lloyd.
Jake Lloyd. Yeah.
You're thinking of Jake Lloyd.
Yeah, Haley Joel Osment's
Yeah,
still
Ms. Jake Lloyd, yeah. Haley's got an
right?
acting career and he's doing his stuff. Yeah, Ms. Swift, right. Jake Lloyd. Yeah, James is right, Jake Lloyd. Jake, yeah, I feel terrible for Jake. Basically, he was bullied into the loss of his sanity by the internet.
Yeah. And he had underlying health conditions and mental health conditions and such. The spotlight just puts pressure, and anything with fractures, underlying fractures, will crumble under pressure.
Exactly.
Didn't get any support. It was a crying shame. Which is odd because the global acceptance of mental health is still not where it is now. I mean, still not where it should be now. Sorry, and it's a crying shame. Like, everyone has mental health, and I don't see why it's still weird and taboo to address mental health issues, seek therapy. It doesn't. It shouldn't be something to be ashamed of.
No. He didn't say to her the words, "You're in a funny mood."
What is the strangest Bruce Willis casting? Do you believe? Like in Death Becomes Her, he's a genius scientist, isn't he?
No. He's
Or-
a mortician doctor.
Oh, that's right. So it's been a while since I've seen that too.
Yeah.
And here he's a child psychologist.
Mm-hmm.
He's definitely most at home as like John McClane, or his role in Moonlighting, I think, was perfect casting.
Yeah. Let's have a look. Let's see what he.
Yeah, what is his strangest? Because I think he's deeply miscast in Death Becomes Her. He does a fine job, but I don't know. I think different actor probably could have made the role their own. He's definitely the side piece in the movie.
Problem is, when you look at his later roles he performed,
Oh wow,
it was just nothing but direct-to-video schlock, wasn't it? Really.
absolutely. Yeah. A lot of Steadicam footage that's being used, like a lot of flowing, moving cameras, which I always appreciate. It does seem more voyeuristic, though, doesn't it? It makes it look like you're in the scene, just watching ill-fitting suits. I don't miss those days.
Clip-on ties.
Yep. Oh, I bet that was fun to do. That's a very Poltergeist of them.
Yeah.
Quick, open all the cupboards. Open all the drawers. I wonder how many takes that took.
Oh. That ghost was diabetic, okay? That's why he's got upset and opened all the cupboards. When he said he wanted Pop-Tarts. He's got Pop-Tarts! Pop-Tarts! I can't eat Pop-Tarts!
That's just sugar on top of carbs.
Topped by more sugar.
Nutritional value.
I mean, let's be honest, Dom. A box of Pop-Tarts would probably finish you off.
Yeah, it would take my leg at least.
Oh, they're the healthy ones. They're the healthy ones. They're strawberry.
Oh, you've got some fruit in it. One of your 5 a day. It's a very pale movie, isn't it?
Yeah.
A lot of sickly greens and browns that are popping through,
Yeah,
but
it's
mostly
quite a
washed
muted
out palette.
Yeah.
Wait, does M. Night have a cameo in this one? I know he has cameos in most of them. I
I'm
can't
not sure. Probably.
recall him in this.
This could be interspliced into a new never-ending story beginning.
Right? Yeah, I was getting never-ending story vibes. It's kind of weird that the leaves are gusting on the floor, but the flag was pretty much stationary.
Yeah.
Unsettling.
I don't know. Sharon's saying the handprint indicated got cold all of a sudden. Maybe also that handprint might indicate you had just sweaty hands and it evaporated.
Or he had sweaty palms.
from the onset of diabetes from eating all the Pop-Tarts.
Lizardman's bringing up a good point. Honestly, a lot of movies leading into the 2000s had very saturated colors.
Yeah.
It didn't take off, but it was a growing trend. I like to think that it's muted because, a stylistic choice rather than chasing trends. It's a movie about death and passing on and seeing that lens of life and death and just having a look through it, and maybe that kind of mutes the palate for those involved. I know from personal experience when I was a kid and everything was bright and sunshiny and lovely, and then the moment my dad passed, I felt like everything was darker. It was
Yeah.
less bright, and it was like that
He's
for a
wearing,
while.
he looks like he's wearing a Mr. Rogers starter
Rogers.
kit outfit.
I know, yeah, a
Is he
mini Rogers.
as a junior Mr. Rogers.
Oh, that'd be lovely.
I can't see Eddie Joel Osment now, except with his big beard.
I know, yeah. Lizardman has said the first segment of VHS 2 involved the dude who can see ghosts with an eye implant. I literally watched VHS 2 last night with my wife. Like, that is surreal. And yeah, Miss Swift's right. Digital color grading turned everything into a nail for its hammer.
Yeah.
When you can, change the tone of a scene with a click of a button, you want to play around, don't you?
It took out some of the art and the cinematography with the lighting, etc.
It does. Like, even placing things in the background to contrast against the color in the foreground. It used to be an art, and now it's far less of an art. It's more of a science, which is a shame.
Sharon saying Haley Joel Osment was also great in Forrest Gump. Yeah, he was Forrest Jr., wasn't he?
Yeah. I think I know the reason I didn't watch this film again. I'm really starting to realize why I didn't watch this film again.
Is it all right for you on this one?
Oh yeah, it's fine. I'm just realizing a lot of stuff now. It's
a little close to home, I suspect, at the time.
Absolutely. Like, I'm absolutely shocked because it was the year my dad passed. So this is interesting. Not the year, sorry. He passed the year before. So it would have been like 98 when he passed.
So it's still fresh, though. It was...
Oh, yeah, this would have been fresh, like real fresh. And a lot of movies when I watched at that time, either like, I remember Casper the Friendly Ghost. Again, watched that recently with my wife. That one drew a lot of emotion out of me. This one, I feel like I've repressed somewhat. It's interesting character study that I didn't realize I'd be diving into. Who did the score for this film? Because I'm liking the music being very toned down.
Yeah, it was. I've got my listing here. It was James Newton Howard.
Is he a regular for Mr. Shyamalan?
Well, he's as a director. he had 9 nominations for Academy Awards.
Oh, wow.
He's quite good.
Yeah.
So he did quite a lot of
I'm in love with this restaurant.
very, very kind of late 90s, early 2000s. He
The
did
only thing I
scores
don't
for
like.
Pretty Woman, Prince of Tides, The Fugitive, Dinosaur, The Village, King Kong, Batman Begins, The Dark Knight, composed them with Hans Zimmer,
Yeah.
did the music with the Fantastic Beasts trilogy, and worked extensively with M. Night Shyamalan and Francis Lawrence. And scored 8 of Knight's films.
Not bad. I have vivid memories of going to a fancy restaurant like this in the mid 2000s with my mum and sitting in wicker chairs like this and feeling that the chair was completely out of place.
Yeah. But I'd be expecting some soft jazz to be playing in there.
Oh, yeah, maybe a piano.
The chat in the background is almost deafening over him.
Absolutely. Did I imagine that, or was there a kind of like a whoosh noise when he didn't get the check?
Maybe.
I'm almost angry with myself for not realizing the twist when I first saw it.
Shh.
Yes, I know, I know. With
Not Tommy
Tammy
Tomasino.
The most Italian kid.
Do you think your son will have a friend called Tommy Tomasino?
Oh, absolutely. You know, Vegas is riddled with the Italians.
In fact, darling, I insist you make sure your son befriends a child named Tommy Tomasino.
Go to all the New York style delis here and just listen out for someone. Tomasino, you got your.
Do you have a child?
Yeah. Is he called Tommy? How old's your child? He's 37. Okay, he's going to be friends with my kid. He's 2 months old. I used to
They're inseparable.
Tommy Tomasino. It is very interesting. The background noise is so quiet. Like you don't hear the screech of car tires. I mean, there aren't any cars really, but you don't hear much. Like it's almost unnerving.
Yeah.
Sharon saying in South Philly, it's a very common name. There's 26 Tommy Tomasinis in this block alone. Of course he's an Eagles fan. He's in South Philly. It makes me feel almost sad that M. Night didn't lean more into character-driven narratives rather than the twist, as he's known for. Because so far, this is very effective as a character study. And diving into the emotions of loss from different angles, several different angles. It's beautiful in a painful way.
Yeah.
It just makes you feel. It is kind of like therapy in that regard. It's an exploration of yourself, of emotion in general.
I would die for that puppy, Dom.
Absolutely, that puppy is adorable.
I quite liked Trap James.
I
Up
haven't
to a
seen it.
point. I liked it up to a point. Wow. Yeah, when your kid's writing crazy stuff in red pen that says the freaking glass, oh, what the hell is going? Quiet the damn baby. I'll
I'll
cut.
cut. I swear,
I
someone
swear.
something.
Yeah, that's a worry for your kids writing that kind of stuff.
Oh yeah, Toni Collette is phenomenal. She's
Oh, yeah.
up there and as one of my favorite actresses.
Yeah.
God, Hereditary. Oof. Perfect film. Love Hereditary. Criminal that she didn't win an award for that performance. Absolutely criminal.
There is something about him acting like a kid with the weird stuff he's wearing and things, which is kind of very kid-like. The kind of,
Yeah.
cosplaying, the kind of dress-up kids do.
How dare you scribble in a book? How dare you? No. No. Bruce.
Yeah.
It's a very voyeuristic film.
It is, isn't it? That's one thing you're quite safe of there, Dom. There's not a lot of Amish in Vegas, is there?
True. This would be their hellscape, I suppose, because
Yes.
by simply existing, it's chuckling in the face of God. I mean, you couldn't live without technology. It's not
No,
possible.
not without technology and sin. Because Vegas is Sin City, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what we live on. That's what fuels our rivers. Hey, left-handed kid, represent.
God, I hated school. This is reminding me why. Basically, a lot of school for kids is... I was realising this the other day. A lot of school with kids, basically, you're a human copy machine.
Yep, regurgitate information they feed you.
Yeah, I'm going to write this on the board. Now you're going to write this down. And it's like... Take out the element of that and give kids photocopies of the notes. What's left in a lesson? More time for
I guess
teaching.
one thing that I would say is whenever I write something down, I remember it better than if I just read it. However, I completely agree with what you're saying. I think they should give out photocopies instead of making kids photocopy it themselves. However, I also see the logic in saying, hey, write it in your own words, then you remember it better. Ow, my ears. That actually got through and cut through to my core. That's one thing Vegas doesn't have.
Gallows?
True. We have barrels at the bottom of. That's where our leaders took people and got rid of them. But we don't have like fondness of history here. Like we just took down one of the older casinos. The Tropicana is now no more.
I saw the demolition of it.
The
John's got a
implosion.
point. Cole knows all the dark history the teachers don't want to talk about. Yeah, I don't approve of revisionist history.
No, exactly. Is that a Stephen King reference?
Sure.
Stuttering Stanley. I swear that was
From It, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Stan. Yeah, Stan who stutters in It.
Yeah. Oh, lovely. You refer me to the crucifixions in the stand. We have crucifixions. We don't have gallows.
Johnny Devitt says a darker sequel to The Frighteners.
Yeah.
Exactly, Sean. The teacher used to go to the principal's office.
I remember.
But I agree with what we were touching on earlier. I don't agree with the revisionist history. I don't agree, for example, something, and I don't care what people think of this, but I don't believe the British Empire was necessarily a thing to be looked on with rose-tinted spectacles.
No. There's a reason I'm not particularly fond of the vast majority of English history.
No.
But yeah, it seems that a lot of cities in the US have like the thing that they're proud of. At least most people pretend that they're proud of it.
Well, it's cheesesteaks in Philadelphia, isn't it? Cheesesteak sandwiches.
Philly cheesesteaks, yeah. Well, they're great. You should be proud of them.
Yes.
But like, we were the oldest courthouse in the country and stuff like that. Vegas don't have that. Vegas, we got the mob and the mob museum, and we just don't tend to sugarcoat it. We glamorize the nastier side of things. Like we have Zach Baggins' Haunted Museum as well. I haven't been there yet. I keep being told it's good.
Wolfram is saying there's no such thing as a noble empire. Very true words, my friend.
Very good point. Unfortunately, you don't get anywhere with kindness.
But Philly steak is good, yeah.
Philly cheesesteak's great.
Where do you not stand or sit? How do you regard a French dip, Dom? What do you think of a French dip?
Oh, I love me a good French dip.
Do you enjoy French dip?
Yeah. I love a good sandwich you can dip anything into. It's I'm a fan of most sandwiches. I don't take any harsh stances.
Oh, hell if I know. I've recorded one or two videos like this young lady. Yes. Oh, friends when they got wed. I used to do the occasional drunk answer phone message to my friends where I was funny, but I don't.
Yeah.
I haven't drank for a long time, and I don't anymore.
This is hitting me at a few different angles I didn't expect it would, but I guess being a father now, it would hit me slightly differently. I genuinely didn't expect media to be one of the things that changed when I became a dad. But boy howdy has it.
Yeah.
As some of you are aware, we are creating terabytes as I speak. We're in the editing process, so we're capturing game footage for it and such. There's a game called Max Payne, and one of the segments in Max Payne is your character goes and re-experiences the death of their infant child. It took me a while to get through that. It was pretty heavy hitting. Kids can be so cruel.
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
That's stupid.
Amy Wilder, welcome. She's saying my son is getting married in 2 weeks, and I plan on embarrassing him in any way possible. I'll do a drunk video if necessary.
Absolutely.
Amy, please tell me the photos of your son when he was like 4, running around, or 3 years old, running around in his underoos,
Oh yeah.
like pretending to be a cowboy or something, will be coming out.
One of my oldest friends recently told me that they are having a child shortly after the news that I had my child, and he has written a song for his child and played it to me. And I can't help but think of the film The Unbearable Weight of Immense Talent, or whatever it's called, with Nick Cage, where he plays the song at his daughter's 16th birthday party.
Good point, James. The balloon could also be an It reference, the red balloon.
Absolutely, yeah. Like, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of Stephen King references in here that I'm not.
That is such a 90s kid with his flannel shirt and back-turned baseball
Backwards
cap.
cap, yeah. Kids can be so freaking cruel.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, where was I going with that story?
Oh.
Embarrassing children. I can't wait to embarrass Chris when he's older and show him that I showed him off to all of you as a toddler.
Yeah. The striped sweater's also pretty 90s. Yeah, I had something similar to that.
Halifano was saying that the Stephen King's kid characters were downright psychopaths. They were either saints or psychopaths, yeah. Who plays this music at a kid's party? I kind of approve.
It's almost like Rob Zombie, isn't it?
Yeah! Yeah. Oh wow, this is late 90s, isn't it?
Oh, definitely.
I remember that thing with the wooden blocks on. That was in every like hospital or doctor's office that I went to. Oh, there he is! There's our lad!
There's M. Night.
Yeah. Last couple of days in particular, I've been thinking a lot about, my personal traumas as a kid, but from the perspective of my mother. Because there was a lot of moments where, I hold as, oh, it was bad mentally for me,
Yeah.
but I can't fathom how bad it was for my mom. Like after my dad passed, she had 3 kids to look after
Yeah.
alone. And then I was rushed to hospital a few weeks after his death, and I was dying, and it was touch and go whether I'd survive, and I was diagnosed with diabetes. So I can't imagine how tough it was for her. And
Yeah.
then years and years later, I got kidnapped. That was fun. She called up my cell phone. I was like 16 at the time. So she called up my cell phone, was told by my kidnapper that she'd never see me again, that I had died. Real horrible stuff for her. And
It wasn't me,
yeah, before James accuses you.
James. It wasn't me. Before you ask.
Have I not told that story before?
No, no.
Yeah, I was kidnapped off the streets. That was fun. A gun
Wow.
pressed. Well, it wasn't a gun. May or may not have been. I didn't want to risk it. Pressed against my back, and I was taken against my will to several little apartments. And then I ran away. Well, there was traffic. I ran in front of traffic and got away. Went into a Sainsbury's and told the people at Sainsbury's, like, please call the police. Someone has taken me. I thought I was real clever because I'd gathered evidence from this guy. The police just threw that evidence away. Of course they would. They can't take what I have as actual evidence. But I felt so ignored.
Yeah.
And when my mom went to the police, they said, oh, he's probably playing a prank. And my mom was like, no, he doesn't prank like this. And he wouldn't let some person answer the phone and say he's dead. That's not the kind of kid he is. He'll be fine. He hasn't been missing for a day yet. It's fine. I mean, it was, to their credit. But still. That's why I don't like the police to this day. So yeah, my mum went through a lot of crap, and I don't comfort her enough about it. I feel bad. I'm going to call my mum after this and say I love her.
Well, she might not love you so much at 10 o'clock at night or 11 o'clock at night.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I'll wait till tomorrow.
Okay.
Absolutely, old Johnny Devick. If it was made in the 50s, that's what would be cool. It would be a wholesome, like, coming of age story rather than a deeply unsettling yet emotionally traumatizing film.
Well, here we go. The line.
The line. There it is. There's the line. And this is where the film really does take a twist towards the horror, doesn't it? It's mostly been just heavy, like emotionally heavy until this point.
Yeah. Ms. Swift says, I see Dom people. James sees extra people.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Bearing in mind, this came out basically within a year or so of the Austin Powers "Yeah, baby" line. So another line ingrained in the
Pop
mentality
culture
of the world. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Sharon, I don't really know the person who took me. I did get them arrested, and their lawyer was a piece of shit when I pointed him out in a lineup. Actually shouted at me and tried to make me feel like tried to gaslight me. The worst thing was like after I got home, I couldn't go out for like a week. Like I felt scared to leave my house. Do you miss tape recorders like that? Like occasionally just. It's the
I own a digital
tactile
one
nature.
here. I own a digital dictaphone here.
Yeah, well, so do I.
I've never used it really.
I don't make enough. Actually, the latest iPhone release does have an action button, and you can
It does. There it is.
have it set to
There it is.
to voice memos.
Did you get your phone yet, Dom?
I have, yes.
Wow.
Here it is. I've got my action button.
I've got mine here. Look.
I should set
Action.
my action button. Yeah.
Oh, so now it takes photos.
You probably did hear my baby crying, yes. The wifey's taking care of little Christopher
Aww.
in the next room.
Immortal wants to know, what city were you kidnapped in, Dom?
Birmingham.
Birmingham.
Yes, it was Birmingham, England. The safest city in the world.
Yes. God, that bed looks depressing.
Yeah. I didn't realise how many dark scenes were in this movie. I remember it being quite bright. Oh.
Ooh.
Did your house ever have one of those doily curtain things?
No, my mother was a net curtain, basically. No, my mother
Yeah.
was no. God no. My mother would never have net curtain in her house. You clearly do not know Mrs. Dalton. Do you know what I'm noticing about this film though? It's shot in the 90s, but is it set in the 90s?
I believe so. I believe there was a piece of paper that said 1998.
Yeah. Oh god, I've had this before when I was little and I was scared of the dark. I need to pee, but I don't want to go out because something creepy is going to happen.
Yeah,
You know, when you're scared of the boogeyman.
You got to do the run.
Yeah. Dom, now you're a father. Your alarm in your head should be going off. Someone's touching the thermostat in the house.
Oh, absolutely. I wouldn't allow it. I can feel it when it's down by a degree or two.
Or someone's turned it up. Someone's touched the thermostat. It's like a sixth sense.
Exactly. Yeah. You said the line. That's the real sixth sense of the movie.
All fathers
recognises
know when
the
someone's
thermostat.
messing with the HVAC.
That kitchen chair looks so uncomfortable. 65? Now, we set it a little bit higher than that. We set it as a roaming temperature between 69 and 72.
Ooh.
Now the soundtrack is really coming in.
Yeah.
Those scratchy high notes.
Miss Swift is saying flashbacks are being chastised about the thermostat. Well, when I go to Disney, they actually lock the range of the thermostat in the room.
Yeah.
I
you
know
have
how
to
to get it.
break
I
in.
know. I know how to get through the admin access into the thermostat and override it so I can have it as cold as I like.
I like the mental image of not you like hacking into it, but physically just like punching the machine and then breaking it.
No. You've got to know it's a secret button combination. You don't have to know to get into it. But the thing is, they set it at hang on, the lowest they allow it to go normally is, I'm translating it, is 72 is the lowest they let it go to normally.
In Florida?
Yeah, in the hotels, yes.
Oh. Again, that's my high range. Like, having it any higher than 72
too
is...
high for me. So I override it.
This feels like a school. Like they may have shot it at a school. Because it's so cold and grotesque looking. Everything seems dour and depressing.
Yeah.
Oh, this is the scene I remember vividly. I don't know why.
Actually, I have a story that's very similar to this. I said it on a watch party before. I had a friend. I've spoken about him before. He's passed now. However, when he was in university, it was before this film came out, he had done a lot of hallucinogenic drugs in university. And we were driving down like a country road, and there was a thunder and lightning storm starting. And there was in the distance, there was a big kind of rotten looking tree as we're driving down this road. And as the lightning was flashing, it was flash lightning, not forked lightning, so everything would just light up.
Yeah.
And he started screaming and freaking out in the car because every time the lightning flashed, he could see dead people hanging from the tree from nooses around their necks. Hence why I never touched any hallucinogens in my life.
Wise.
Yes. But that image, I remember when I first saw this film, it reminded me of what he described he was seeing from the tree, like all these people hanging from the tree, just strung up.
God, I used to tell I had a little circle of friends in primary school, way back when I was like, 8, 9, 10. Little horror club. There was 4 of us, and we'd each playtime we'd tell each other a scary story. And there was a tree in the park near where I lived, and it was perpetually dead. It looked like a hand clawing its way out of the pits of Hades itself. So I tell stories about people going there to die and how the clawed tree would just grab you and bring you down. Is that an Acme
grocery
supermarket?
Store.
Yeah.
It might be, though. They're a real chain they're a real chain up there in Philadelphia.
That's about right. That's about right. Calpol.
It cures everything with children.
Yeah. Oh yeah, someone mentioned it earlier, but her accent is good. Take him off.
Well, Johnny Devick's saying, a guy in my city took shrooms back in the 90s and saw all the cars as spiders from Lord of the Rings.
Nice.
Oh, that's creepy.
Shelob. What is her name again? I can't remember what the spider's called.
They're all called aren't they all called Arachne and Ariana and things like that?
Something like that, yeah.
James is saying, give your child opiates, they sleep like a log. Yes, and also they become addicted, so you can control them. It ensures compliance.
Yes, easy peasy. Little brandy, exactly.
Mortimer was saying, I took some hallucinogens in Amsterdam once before going to bed, and I had the best sleep of my life. Actually, I had an amazing sleep the last time I came back from Florida, because I had that awful travel day where I'd been up like 28 hours or something stupid, plus the flight from hell, etc. When I got home and I went to bed, I slept for 14 hours without waking up.
That would give me a headache. Like if I get too little sleep, I get a headache. If I get too much sleep, I get a headache.
Yeah.
It sucks. Remember, the NyQuil had lots of alcohol in it. The best way to sleep when sick. Just get blitzed. We went from stay away from opiates to, take all the drugs you can. It's good for you.
Remember when NyQuil had lots of alcohol? Yeah.
Yay, it was Sheila. Thank you for confirming my nerdism, guys. So why does his pajamas say shake on them?
She wants all the roast beef for herself. No more roast beef for you! Dominic, you must ration your son's roast beef.
Yeah, absolutely. Got to ration the gripe water. Get your child started on alcohol young. Gripe water is alcohol? Oh, dog pajama. Oh, okay.
I remember this scene.
Yeah, guy. Oh, that's effective. That was good. That got me.
Yeah.
Ah, yes. Oh, Johnny Debick. Requiem for a Dream. That fun, light-hearted movie. Wholesome, even.
Exactly, this is one. Hey, dudes, want to see me pull off a cool trick with my dad's gun? Yeah, what were his last words? Hey, lads, watch this.
You think that's something? Get a load of this. I do not own a gun, so my child can't get a hold of his dad's gun.
That's a good thing. It reminds me a bit of... Sorry, that reminds me a bit... The gun thing there reminds me of that episode of Tiger King.
Which episode?
Did you never watch Tiger King?
I did. Yeah, the Netflix documentary series.
Yes,
right?
yes. Yeah. Where the guy is messing with the pistol in his office and he doesn't realise it's loaded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now a full-grown adult.
Also, hence why I will never own a gun, because I'm that stupid.
You've mentioned that you'd be the Homer Simpson equivalent, just like,
I would be.
Change the channel of the TV.
Yeah. Oh, the loft hatch needs opening. Bang.
Spider, bang.
Yeah. Oh, the gas barbecue needs lighting. I can't bother changing the battery in the igniter.
Open this glass of wine that I'm going to drink.
Yeah. Yeah, I've seen the documentary, the Vince McMahon documentary. In Ultramus, it's not as good as Tiger King. That's cool, Sharon. My daughter and son-in-law went trick-or-treating last year as Tiger King and Carol Baskin.
It's a nice idea, also kind of terrifying that when you own something, you add a part of yourself to it.
Yeah, but it's what mediums have said for years, isn't it? Where you bring something personal to the person with you.
can tell that really oversized outfits were becoming the in thing as the 2000s were arriving, can't you? Ooh. Actually, yeah, does this guy have a name? Wonder what he's credited as.
Are you referring to Bruce Willis's character? Does he have a name?
No, the love interest for Bruce
The love
Willis
interest.
is
Wife.
yes. No, the guy in the yeah, Coca-Cola glass, Andy. You have a Coca-Cola
It is
glass?
indeed.
Ah, nice.
Coca-Cola glass. I'm drinking my usual.
Diet Coke. I forgot how small the UK bottles are.
Well, no, they're 2 litres. It's the same size as the as the American bottles, but the American ones
Yes.
are wider. Ours have got different top
Yeah.
on them, haven't they? That's right. John McClane would never give up. He'd have smoked by now.
Yep.
Yeah, well, Sharon,
he'd
that's what
have
the
had a machine
British
gun by
bottles are like. They're a different shape to American bottles. American bottles are kind of more stubby with a pointy top. British ones are like that. 2
Long
litres.
and relatively narrow by comparison.
James is saying, if Coca-Cola branded some wine, I'd be a wino. No, I'm quite restrictive on which Coke products I drink. Like, I don't like Coke Zero, and I don't like some of the weird things like the. I've not even tried it because I know I don't want to. The Oreo flavor Coke.
It's not that bad.
Yeah, but if I wanted to try, I'd just mash Oreos up in Coke.
True. That's what it tastes like.
But also, Dom, and you'll agree with me here, as a Brit, Oreos are overrated.
They are. They are overrated. Well, we got some really great biscuits in the UK, though. That's the problem.
Dom,
It's
Dom,
hard
Dom.
to.
Okay, I offer
The age
you
of-
a box of Oreos
Uh-huh.
or a packet of chocolate hobnobs.
Hobnobs win every time, yeah.
There you go.
Even like the bonbons, I don't know, what are they called now? Even like
Bourbons.
bourbons and the custard creams,
Yeah.
they're still good too. Blasphemy, says Elif, I know.
No. Hobnobs are the greatest biscuit in the world.
Hobnobs are great. It sounds like a dodgy device, but hobnobs are great.
Yeah.
Googling hobnobs as we speak.
Yeah. Hobnob biscuits. No, they're not. No cane hobnob. Yeah, Simultron says hobnobs are the ideal tea dunking biscuit. Yes, they are.
Absolutely.
They're hobnobs. Hobnobs. If you're looking for them online. But if you can get chocolate hobnobs, they are. They're their level above.
I did like my bourbons when I was a kid. It's just the right amount of chocolatey taste. It's not like super sickly sweet. I like that lamp design.
Mm.
Really softens the light.
There's something about the fact we've moved to everything digital now.
It's hard to recreate a lot of the
Yeah.
detective work that went into old school spooky things like this. I think that's what a lot of
Ah, Jalapeno
modern.
translated the Spanish on that tape for us.
You don't understand. I don't want to die.
That's a very specific... And that makes you wonder if he's heard that from a soldier.
Yeah, probably has. Because we know
Saying
he.
wigging out, he's doing soldiers talk. Kwangnom
Yeah, his
province.
terminology. He picks things up very well. I do not want to die. But yo quiero Taco Bell is Chihuahua for I want Taco Bell. You wouldn't appreciate that, Andrew, because you probably wouldn't have seen the Taco Bell commercials from the 90s.
I know of the Taco Bell dog. Dom. I'm a
Yeah.
cultured man. I know of the Taco Bell dog.
I'm a man of culture. I know.
Yes.
Yo quiero
I know
Taco
Taco Bell. I know it's a surefire way of clearing constipation. I also know it's about as close to Mexican food as most American British food is.
Yeah,
It's a
or
British food.
curry sauce is as close to Indian cuisine.
Yes.
Hace frío, aka I'm cold. I actually agree with what Immortal Rumours is saying. So it's not just you, don't worry. This is probably the only M. Night film that feels very Hitchcockian.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does. And I think it's because it's not built around the idea of a twist, even though the twist is what's remembered. It's not. That's not the driving force of the film because people went to go see this. Then again, no, when the film came out, I remember all of the talk was, oh my God, the twist at the end is incredible. So
Yeah.
the twist is what drove it, but financially it couldn't have been because M. Night wasn't a household twisty name at that point.
No.
And like I say, it's kind of a shame because this film has a lot of emotional beats that make it a good and, as Immortal Rumours has suggested, a kind of Hitchcockian.
But Lizman's got a good point. I imagine most ghosts just want to talk, want to do mundane crap, change the channel, get more milk, order pizza, read a book, that sort of stuff. I should imagine they want to communicate somehow with the living world for the most part, because if they can only find a few people who can communicate with them, but they're kind of trapped in this purgatory.
Casper the Friendly Ghost has a very haunting idea of death and the idea that you tend to forget your life after you pass. Like, immediately forget your life,
Yeah.
which is...
Well, we know who Casper the Friendly Ghost was in life.
We do?
He was Richie Rich.
That's true.
Yeah, this movie's far more than just the plot twist.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, I remember this scene in the cinema. I was jumping. Everyone was like, ooh, ooh, with it. This scene. But there's a lesson here as well. There's actually a really powerful lesson in this next scene.
Oh, in the next scene, I was about to say,
No, well,
what
in
was the
this
lesson?
scene,
That's
in
it.
this scene, that scene, and this scene, this kind of whole sequence.
I'm right there with Lizard Man. Stop ruining my fort, creepy ghost girl. Yeah, Mortal Rumus. That's what I'm getting at. It's a lot more than just a kid's spooky film. I tried to twist David's arm into it involving Casper the Friendly Ghost as like gateway horror, but he told me no. I was also using it as an excuse to try and get in touch with Christina Ricci again.
There we go. But then you find out the lesson is don't take everything at face value. Maybe there's, this, when you find out about this girl, don't judge a book. It's the old don't judge a book by its cover, isn't it? Because there's a lot more to this than.
Indeed. And it's like the sage Gandalf said, I'm not trying to hurt you. I'm trying to help you. I found that out with my child, who constantly tries to kick me in the face when I try and change his diaper.
There we go.
And he just he thinks what I'm doing is horrible to him, but I'm cleaning him up.
Exactly how I want to
Sometimes-
give someone a chance.
Yeah. However, on the flip side of that, sometimes when you give someone a chance, they take that chance and do nasty, horrible things.
Oh, maybe they do, but this scene is really. This is rough.
Yeah.
Sharon says the horror is made that much greater because this is happening to a child who is trying to maneuver through this.
All the men look so 90s.
Oh, they do.
Like, it looks like the X-Files is being
do you
filmed
know?
the
Do
street
you know
over.
though, Dom? In 1998, I had a coat like that to go to work in.
Yeah, I believe you did. Everyone did.
I used to rock that look. Black camel hair, long coat,
Look at this
kind of
house.
a bright pattern tie with my suit.
Laura Palmer's picture's going to be... Oh, there she is. It's actually reminded me of American Gothic as well. Did you ever watch that show?
No, I heard of it,
show.
though.
Quick, go, rifle through the cupboards upstairs. They must have something good.
She wanted me to delete her browser history.
I mean, it's understandable.
I actually decided I wanted to create an app that links to your watch and it detects when you die, and your computer automatically deletes your browser history.
What happens if you just take it off though and it doesn't register your heartbeat anymore? It's like, oh,
Yeah,
that's it.
but when your heart stops, there is certain rhythms that it has when it fails.
Yeah, true. James Hellier, yes, Gary Cole as the creepy sheriff / Satan. It's a good show. Was it?
Okay, she's got all the creepy dolls in her room. That jester, that's going to haunt my
Nightmares?
Jester's going to haunt my dreams. Oh, I don't know. Maybe the one in the suit and the smiley face closest to the camera too.
Yeah, maybe the Puppet Master prequel we never knew we needed.
Yeah.
was his name Andre Toulon? Is it Toulon? I can't remember the puppet master dude's name. Was her bed a
Also,
hospital bed?
well, yeah.
Oh, she was sick for a while, wasn't she? Well,
Yes.
they said 6 different doctors. Toulon. Thank you, everybody. Actually, yeah, this does feel like the American remake of The Thing. Not The Thing. The Ring.
The Ring.
Watch this VHS tape with us.
Oh, damn it, the machine's chewed it up.
Oh, what a shame.
Guess we'll never know what was on it.
Who were you snot-nosed Brett? Yeah, I think everyone's being too polite for this to be legitimate South Philadelphia.
Yes.
I'm lucky enough to have not been to many funerals in my life. Of course, that's a game that's going to... I'm going to start ranking up some points soon, but...
It changes as you get older, Dom. It's one of the worst
Yeah.
things about growing older, the more funerals you go to. You go to more and more until you go to one final one.
Yeah.
This is maybe a bit where I find the film... I'll explain in a minute. Yeah, Sharon, we'll discuss it in a moment.
This isn't Munchausen's by proxy, is it?
No. Right. The mother's pouring drain cleaner into her food to poison her. And she's now poisoning sister. She's been through 6 doctors.
And they couldn't figure out what was happening?
They couldn't figure out she was being poisoned. Surely they'd be testing her for foreign substances and things, wouldn't they?
You'd think.
Because they get to the point of...
Drano comes up in a toxicology report.
Yeah, I mean, they would literally be testing for... When you get to 6 different doctors, they would get to the point of... You'd get to the point of, yeah, we're going to just test for everything now, aren't we? Any foreign substances.
Calbot, what does it say about me that I can recognize it from, like, a mile away now? I used to work in the NHS, so I've experienced, unfortunately, a great deal of this, and it's heartbreaking. It is heartbreaking every single time. It hurts me to my core.
Yeah, Sharon, it might be Munchausen's by proxy, which wasn't widely looked for back then, but equally, the medical testing would have found cleaning chemicals in her system. Yeah, exactly. More from the fact she wore a bright red dress. to the funeral as a red flag.
It was mentioned earlier on. Forgive me, I can't remember who said it, but the color red is very important in this film. Like, you don't see it often, but when you do see it, it's a signifier.
Yeah.
I love it when films have color like coding like that. Again, Hereditary. I'm gonna keep talking great about Hereditary. That's got fantastic color coding as well.
I can't help. Oh. He doesn't seem to be so afraid of all the ghosts now, but I can't help but feel they could have slotted in an upbeat montage of him helping a load of ghosts find peace.
A Ghostbusters montage where he goes around helping all the ghosts.
Yeah, no,
Newspaper articles.
Just
and...
just a happy upbeat montage of him helping all these ghosts. Ah, school plays. Dom, you can't. When you watch these with your son, you realise you can't critique them accurately. I suggest you don't go.
I am already horribly blind to everything my kid does. I am weirdly proud of him when he like burps after a feeding. So I think I will consider it the finest Shakespearean acting when he barely says his lines and hopelessly
when he's like,
misreads all of them.
When it's the nativity and his Galilee.
The Shia LaBeouf meme of me just standing there clapping. I was also.
You'll either be doing that, Dom, or doing the whole Mary and Joseph were born.
Say it right.
Top of his voice. Oh, Sharon said, don't ever critique kids' plays, just enjoy.
I'm pretty sure I will, Sharon. You may believe it or not, Andrew, but I was a theatre kid. I was in all of my school plays when I was younger.
Oh, God.
See, that'd be me. I thought you were really great in there. Yeah. Ah, thank you, Amy Wilder. M. Night uses red and water in his movies. Water in Signs and Unbreakable. Yeah. Arthur, King of the Britons. I didn't vote for him. Cole versus Ghostbusters. Funny we say Ghostbusters in terms of franchise crossing over, because the Ghostbusters appear, at least Dan Aykroyd does, in Casper the Friendly Ghost. He can't exercise the ghosts.
Actually, franchise crossover. How about Cole meets the kid from the end of Pay It Forward?
Nah, how about Cole meets Danny from The Shining?
Oh, no. Because do you know the film Pay It Forward?
No, I don't.
Haley Joel Osment plays the kid, and he is basically putting this movement across America that you pay it forward, you help somebody like this, and he tries to help someone. At the very end of the film, he's stabbed to death.
Oh, that worked, didn't it? Like I said, being good gets you nowhere. Early grave.
Imagine that. Haley Joel Osment having to help a dead Haley Joel Osment.
Directed by Haley Joel Osment.
Yep. Oh, we don't have those road flares in the UK, and I think the country's all the sadder for it. those ones. I mean, what are we to do? Like, if we have a xenomorph invasion in this fog, and I want to, lure it or something, or a T-Rex.
Just go to Birmingham, and you'll know how we deal with crazy conditions and monsters there. because gremlins come crawling out of the sewers and all kinds of horrible nasties lurking the streets at night.
Yeah. Yeah, this really is a tearjerker, this ending. James Hellier will be happy they are in a big Volvo, which means as a nuclear bomb goes off, they'll be safe.
Absolutely. That's a nice, effective cut. Like you expect them to have a like a shocking sound, but they're not jump scares anymore. For Cole, at least, and for the audience.
James is saying, I would kidnap you, Dom, apparently.
Yep.
And use you
Yep.
as a bait for an alien or a dinosaur.
Absolutely. I fully believe that. Chloroform me, I'd wake up somewhere like Saw style and...
Yeah. Kidneys missing.
Kidneys missing. Well, yeah. Wouldn't get you anywhere on the black market, but... back of the pub somewhere, maybe someone needs a kidney, you can flug it to them cheap. 2 for 1 sale.
Yeah, that's true, Ms. Swift. The lack of jump scares is how you get to know Cole has come to terms with his gift.
Mm-hmm. God, Tony's good, isn't she? Like that subtle emotional flair is so human.
Johnny Derrick says, Dead Grandma Society sequel.
Yep, I'm not crying, you're crying.
Yeah.
Yep. Ugh.
Yeah. Lizard Man, I'd agree with you. It's less of a horror movie and more of a drama with horror elements in it.
It's interesting, isn't it? Because a lot of horror is around the idea of
Yeah.
death. Death is scary. And this is taking a more realistic, ironically, but
Yeah.
emotional approach to what death truly does to people. It hurts.
Yeah. Oh, this. No. And there it is, Sharon.
Yeah, the amount of times I almost mentioned widow instead of wife.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. When you watch the film a second time, Sharon, you can see the clues there the whole time. It's why this film's worth a couple of watches.
Yeah. Seeing it as my first rewatch, like I said, I don't know how I didn't see the twist coming because it's. It opens with this. I think this was still at the time when. Because I mentioned in Armageddon, like, I didn't think that Bruce Willis could die in films. I just thought he was immortal.
You're ruining the bedding.
Rolls him right off.
And we never
that
saw that
wallpaper's
part of him
horrible.
since.
Yep. We've just had the coat on.
Yep, hell if I know, his stomach was always covered.
I agree, Lizard Man. It is an effective twist. It's a good setup. It's a good payoff. And it feels earned. And it doesn't change any of the emotion either. It just enhances it. Yeah, I wonder if M. Night is aware that after this film, quite a few people, me included, has to go and give my significant others hugs and kisses. And something tells me he had an idea, because listen to how wholesome, sad yet uplifting the music is. It's
Yeah.
emotional, but it's not horrible. It's bittersweet.
And there we go, everybody. That was The Sixth Sense. So Dom, that's your first rewatch in a number of
Ever.
years.
Yeah.
First rewatch ever. How do you feel about this film now?
It's a lovely film. Hey, Tommy Tanasino got his own credit. Look at that. It's a lovely, lovely film that I believe is buried because of its reputation and the preceding films of the director. I think it's actually a horrible, horrible shame that M. Night doesn't try and make more emotional movies rather than twists, because he's clearly effective. It's lovely, and I didn't realize how hard this film would hit me in so many different ways.
Okay. Yeah, it's been a long time since I saw this, and it's a great film. The performances, the twist, and just everything holds up. It's a great film, and it does make you think about when you've lost people and moving on, etc. See what the chat has to say. I can see. I'm just scanning through. Sorry. Yeah, Ms. Swift, you never see anyone but Cole interact with him. Lizard Man, it's an effective twist, really. Good setup and payoff. Calbot and the temp drops are only when the ghosts are upset. Old Johnny Devick, he felt more alive in that scene than in all of Hudson Hawk. Probably true. Yeah, Ms. Swift, he's also always wearing something the day he died. Yeah, Immortal Remembrance, this film shows that buried underneath all his mediocrity, M. Night can be a great filmmaker and storyteller. He just needs to find it again. Yeah, Lizard Man. I enjoy this movie, and it's something I'll not rush to watch, but it's good.
Yeah.
It's better than The Village. Sharon saying it does hit different right now. Hell if I know. Night does all good movies. Okay. John Dent reminds me to see Avatar. Okay. Miss Swift, yeah, people freaked as they thought the trailer spoiled the twist, but the twist wasn't Cole seeing dead people. James is saying it's the only film of his where the twist not only works, but works with the subject matter. Calbot's still Night's best. I like many of his others and hate many of his others. I hate some ones and a lot of people hate and love, and I like a lot of the ones people hate, but this one really holds up.
Agreed.
John is saying that 40 million where, how, that's just Hollywood.
Yeah.
And Sharon says this movie it's old and will hold for decades to come. I really enjoyed this, but we will be back in 7 days, and we're going to be having our Halloween film of the year. This Halloween, we'll be finishing off the spooky season with Dog Soldiers, which I'm looking forward to. Something a bit more light-hearted than this. Proper silly fun. Yeah, proper silly fun that I really enjoy. Oh, Amy also loves this film as well. Oh, okay. Okay, Halifan, if you're not going to hear, that's fine, my friend. But Dog Soldiers, so if you've not seen it, it's a proper British werewolf fun film. Oh, wow. Calbot says, I bought that a while ago and I haven't watched it yet, but this will be a good reason to get out. Yeah, it's a lot of fun, Dog Soldiers. It's very silly.
I'm the director of The Descent, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Which is a terrifying horror film as well.
There we go. But we will be back in 7 days and watching Dog Soldiers. So please be kind to each other, stay safe, look after each other, put positivity into the world, hug your loved ones, be with the people you care about, and we'll see you in 7 days. Until then, everyone, good night.
Good night.